Okay, hi everyone, Travel Edit Guy here, and I'm going to walk around Malaga a little bit today and take you around there. I'm in Calle Alamos, and I'm going to walk toward the Plaza Merced and maybe up to the Cervantes Theater. They call it the Teatro Cervantes. So you can get an idea of what's going on in Malaga. And today is October, we're about the middle of October now. This place was completely redone, this Noviembre. This is kind of a main street here in Malaga. You can go this way to the historic center, and this way is the Teatro Cervantes behind me. But that place is quite a good place to go. A lot of tourists go there. They like to eat there. We've got a lot of hotels in this area, and they redid this completely during the quarantine, basically, or a little bit after it. Now we're gonna go up this way, and this way is the Cervantes Theater, or Teatro Cervantes. I think this changed hands too. This used to be something else, if I remember. It was always quite busy before. Now it's La City. Urban Burger. So that definitely changed hands. That used to be something else. Some kind of tapas bar. It was always quite popular with tourists, I believe. And they used to have a lot of wine in there. Okay, so here's the Teatro Cervantes. It's a famous theater in Malaga. They have a lot of like plays here, different shows. I just see a sign now. Oh, they're celebrating some kind of anniversary. Didn't know that. 1870 to 2020. Very, very cool. This has been here a long time, and you have this plaza near here. So 150 years, wow. I see dance up there, theater, cultural theater. So very, very nice. I know they have some things certain times of the year. I've been here myself, different plays. And they have some things that are free at times. So I was able to go in there one time and see actually a free show. So it's quite nice. And you see that name Cervantes quite a few times around the city. Some of these names are quite famous, Spanish names. Okay, we go up here and there is a Merced Gastro Market. I believe it's closed right now. What about this place? La Mesonera. Oh, a lot of good little tapas bars around here. So this place during the day looks like it's closed now. You can go in there and you can get, it's kind of like a market, but more they sell, well, I think they do have a market in there, but they sell more like food and things, like tapas, I want to say, like little restaurants. Oh, maybe it is open here. Looks like some men delivering stuff. If we can walk in here and take a look. Okay, I guess it is open. Or maybe, okay, it doesn't seem like, wow. Looks like they're redoing this, or a lot of these places went under because of the crisis as well. Wow, what a shame. What a shame, wow. I see this one here has all the plastic around it. So wow, another victim of this crisis. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of these places, look at this. A few little places left here, but the rest of them all seem to be closed down. It is a little bit later in the day. Well, it's afternoon. It's not that late. I think it's maybe about 2 o'clock. See, these other ones are open. So let's go back out of here, and we're close to the Plaza Merced. It's on the other side of here. Wow, it's just amazing to see how much damage this thing has done to the economy, and so maybe some opportunities for some people. I know in a time of crisis like this, we have some places unfortunately going out of business, but then we have maybe some opportunities for some new places to come in and to some people to start some businesses. Now you can see in front of me the Alcazaba. Very nice. You get a view of that from here. And that's the Plaza Merced. I'm coming up to the Plaza Merced. Some people out here having some tapas. Another quite a warm day. Now this place next to me, I've talked about this in some other videos. This is supposed to be the house where Picasso was born in. So you can go, that's actually a museum now. He was born there. But my understanding was he left Malaga when he was quite young, and he went to Barcelona and then to Paris. So they wanted his talent to go to those big cities, I guess, where they studied art, and he became quite famous there. But he's from Malaga. And there is, fittingly, you have Pablo Picasso, or a statue of him, sitting here in the Plaza Merced. There's old Pablo. There he is. There's Pablo, my friend. How are you doing? How are you doing today, Pablo? You see, he's depicted in his older age. You know what would be really nice? I just thought about that. Why don't they have a young statue of him, like when he was a boy, maybe in another corner, and then one when he was an older man? So, very, very cool. That's it. And a lot of people come here, obviously, to sit and to have a picture with the famous Picasso. And you have the Picasso Museum as well in Malaga, of course, quite famous. So a lot of people like to come here. You get some shade in this plaza. And these trees here, at a certain time of year, they have the most beautiful flowers. They look like little fans, and they're like a purple color, and they're just amazing to me. Now you have this huge monument here, and it's like an obelisk. Well, it is an obelisk, and it has some significance. It is a monument to the people, or the soldiers that fought to win Malaga. So a beautiful day even for October. Beautiful weather in Malaga. Kind of quiet. And you've been having a lot of construction here for a long time. They've been doing construction there. And you have to go around this thing now. So honestly, I'm not even 100% sure what they're doing here. If it's another metro stop, I don't know exactly what they're doing here, but a ton of construction going on in the south of Spain now. Saw that everywhere. I saw that in Torremolinos. Obviously in Malaga, you see a lot of that now. See it in a lot of places. It's quite a hot day today. It's been cooler in the evenings, but when the sun comes out, it gets quite warm. I'm gonna try to go up here. This was in another video. I made a video about this. This is the way to go up, and you can take this way all the way around, going up to the castle, to the Castillo Gibralfaro. And this is the Alcazaba right next to it. And you're going up here. And there's a little sushi bar here. I've never tried it. There's actually a little sushi restaurant. Little boy there. A little sushi restaurant here, and I heard it's quite good. It's in a very interesting place. It's right here. There it is. Hola. Takumi it's called. I've never tried it before. So some people told me it was quite good, so I don't know. But it's not that cheap, I think. And I know good sushi is expensive, but I'm not a rich person, so to pay a lot of money for sushi, it's not really in my budget, at least unless it's a special occasion. You have some apartments here to my left. I see some people on the balcony there. And you're just going up here. You get a nice view of the cathedral. Hope that sun is not in your eyes. And the Alcazaba. Gonna see it better in a minute. And you get a little exercise coming up here as well because it's an incline. And then there is that road going up through the woods I've talked about. To my left, there it is. You can see it starting to go up there. This is actually closed. You can go, there's actually a lookout here from the Alcazaba. And this is open at times. You can cross, there's a little bridge here. But you can't go into it from there. You can't enter it there from there. You can just, there's like a lookout to see. But it's a good place to take a photo. You can see the Roman theater, the Teatro Romano, and you can see probably the Picasso Museum from there, and you see the plaza. And this is going up behind me. This is, you can take this road here to go up to the castle. So there's a little tunnel here. Let's go through here. And we come out on the other side and we're in the front of the, basically near the front of the Alcazaba. Something about tunnels, I just love going through a tunnel. Just so the, oh, I hear an echo in here as well. Something about the deprivation of your senses maybe, or the change. It's just kind of surreal. I used to love in Chile, they had these big mountains and they had like tunnels like this, cars through them, and sometimes on the highway you had to go through like these mountains. It was so surreal to me that even today that we're able to do that, to go through a big mountain and just to, from sheer will and, well, mechanics now, we can bore our way through there and we can build a path. Our ancestors could have never done anything like that. So here we go, we come out the other side, and like I said, it's right here, the Alcazaba. You have these very pretty flowers here, and you have some stairs going up here as well. And I wanted to take you across this way here. That's what I wanted to show you today. You can go up a little higher. Oh, I think we have to go up here. Let's see. There's quite a few levels up here actually. Wow, look at that beautiful view. Wow, gorgeous, gorgeous view of my city. I think we can go here, but I think there's one other level going up, and I wanted to show you this here. And this at one time used to be actually be a neighborhood, and I never knew that. I never knew that until I've joined some history groups about Spain and about Malaga. They're quite nice on Facebook. So that's one thing I do like about Facebook. You have a lot of nonsense on there, but you have a few good things like that, learning about history and historical things and groups you can join. This is taking us up to the castle, I believe. I want to go here, so maybe I wanted to go that next level. Okay, there's a ramp going down. I wanted to show you that. Now this is fairly new, what I'm trying to show you over there. That's just gorgeous here. And this is the hard way to go up to the castle. I talked about this before. So people, I see them going up now, so they must be trying to go up to the castle. I showed you the way to go before, the easier way to go through the woods. So if you continue up this way, you go to the castle. But I want to go down this way. This is the way I wanted to show everyone. And my understanding was, okay, they built these ramps here. You can see them from below. And there was actually a neighborhood here at one time. It was actually a neighborhood. And there used to be houses here. And they actually tore everything out, and they replaced it with this ramp. And there's several ramps going up and down. And I don't know if the houses were right here or they were in the level below. But you can see a clear picture. There's the bull ring from here. The bull stadium. And you can see some more ramps below that are new. You can see the stone along with this stone. So this is fairly new what they built here. And at one time there was a path going up here, and it was more like just like a, I don't want to say gravel, but a dirt path, something like that. And they had these kind of houses there, and some of them kind of looked in a little bit of a derelict state, I'll have to say that. And they had actually a neighborhood there, and it was in this area. And they tore it all out for the urbanization, they call it, to modernize the city. So it was all decided to be torn out, and a lot of older people, well, it makes sense that because Malaga has undergone a lot of changes. I mean, at one time this was more like a pueblo. It was just more like a small town. And I hear stories even from people on my channel that had visited here many, many years ago, and there was nothing here really. I mean, there were some things, but it was nothing like it is today. I mean, you had the Bull Stadium, but you had a lot of this stuff was not here. You just had a lot of this rock and things like this, more like in Granada. And you had a lot of people living more humbly back then, I believe. So it's gone through a lot in a short time. And there is this new ramp here I can show you. Now, maybe the houses were on this other ramp. It's hard to tell exactly from that picture. I have to find it again. But it's so amazing to me that they did that and they tore all that out, and a lot of the older people were not happy with that. This here, you can see it's completely new behind me. So this whole area here at one time was, I believe it was this level here. You can imagine that there were houses here, and there was just a walk going down to the city, like a road or something. So it was quite difficult to go up and down from my understanding. So maybe they tried to make this easier to cross as well. There was a lot of history that was torn out here. A lot of houses that had been here for a long time in neighborhoods. So what they did with the people, I don't know. So it's quite interesting to know that story. And we can show you now all the different ramps going down. Look at them all. Now you have this ramp system going up. Stairway like going up and down like ramps. One of the ways the city has changed a lot. Now you have, look at this, you have this, it seems to be open here. You have like a restaurant here, a tapas bar now that they put in here. Okay, so let's go down here. Maybe I'll stop at this tapas bar, have a little glass of beer or something, and I can ask these people here. I'm sure they'll know the history of this area and what it was called. We can get more of a detailed history from the Spanish people. So, like I said, that's one thing. It's always nice to be able to speak the language where you live or where you're passing through, because you can ask questions. I mean, you can find people that speak English sometimes, but a lot of the people that lived here originally were going to be Spanish speaking. Or the older people especially, a lot of them don't speak English. A lot of the young generation does. Coracha, I see it now. El ambiguo de la Coracha. I think this was called the Coracha at one time. So that's what I believe it was called. In Málaga.
Soy malagueña y vivo en Málaga.
Muy bien. ¿Y cuál es tu nombre, señor?
Mi nombre es Agustina.
Agustina, ok, un gusto. Y ella sabe la historia de este barrio. ¿Y este barrio, el nombre antes estaba o ahora?
Mira, este barrio se llama La Coracha.
La Coracha, muy bien. So she's telling me this is called the Coracha.
La Coracha. Esa línea de ahí marca el muro de la antigua muralla de Málaga.
Okay, so there was a wall here, an antique wall called the Wall of Malaga. Okay.
Que también hubo mucho durante la historia que te voy a explicar.
She's going to put the mask on, I'm telling me.
Mira,
Okay.
primer baño de la muralla. Yo ya, a mí me sobra la fama.
Vale.
Mira, ahí poco más arriba de ahí iba el segundo baño de la muralla. Todas las murallas tienen una parte, otra parte en medio por la que puede pasear a los caballos y otra parte.
¿A los caballos pasan para aquí antes?
Sí, sí, toda la muralla. Pero la de la cárcel tiene dos baños, pero en medio no pasan los caballos.
She said there was two ways before, a long time ago, that the horses would come up here. So it was only more for the horses here.
Mira, una muralla, una parte,
Okay.
un paso de tierra muy grande, se paseaban los caballos porque entonces no había coche, hombre.
Vale.
Otro baño muy grande,
Okay.
pues el conjunto de esas dos cosas se llama muralla, ¿vale?
Okay.
¿Saben? Bueno, pues el barrio de La Coracha se hizo en el siglo XIX con chabolas y casas.
En 1900.
No,
año.
siglo XIX, 1800.
A 1800 y tanto. Ah, ok. 1800 she's talking about now.
Aquí
Okay.
te mando ya una clase de historia mía, ya mira, y entonces se hicieron con restos de las piedras de la muralla.
Vale.
Se hicieron. Cada vecino hizo la suya. eran chabolas, pero hechas de piedra de los paños de la muralla.
Okay.
No tenían agua, no tenían alcantarillado, no tenían nada. Era un barrio de chabola.
¿Qué es chabola?
Chabola, infraviviendas, sin agua, sin alcantarillado, casas pequeñas, insalubres.
Okay, so this was a small town and it had nothing, no water, no access, nothing. It was just like a pueblo.
Ahí vivieron. Ahí vivieron, en este trozo de muralla. Ese barrio se empezó a echar abajo bajo la dirección de uno de los arquitectos más importantes de Málaga, apellidado Temboury.
Temboury.
Muy famoso en Málaga, toda su familia.
Okay, she's telling about an architect called Temboury.
La burguesía profesional malagueña.
Okay, ¿qué ha hecho eso?
Que empezó a derribarlo con el fin de hacer lo que ha tardado más de 50 años en hacerlo.
Okay.
Este restaurante, que es una maravilla, no hay sitio en Málaga que tenga mejores vistas. Eso lo apunta también ahí, hombre. Estos jardines y todo bajo la dirección de estos jardines.
Pero hay,
el alcalde de Málaga, que no hay otro mejor en España. También lo apunta.
¿Tú no estás feliz que cuando está cambiado?
Yo estoy felicísima con este restaurante, con este alcalde que ha hecho esto. Yo estoy en la gloria.
¿Te gusta este mejor ahora?
Claro, está mucho mejor. La Coracha,
porque hay algunos malagueños que me dijo que les gusta cómo estaba original.
Mira, esos malagueños no saben la mitad de donde venía la Coracha y tienen sueños románticos. Bueno, porque sueños más realistas, sueños románticos.
Ok, muy bien. Okay, muchas gracias por la explicación. ¿Y esto, cuándo construyó esto, todo eso?
Esto hace
Esto lleva 15 años.
15 años son.
Todo esto nuevo se empezó a construir hace 50 años. Hace 50, poco a poco.
Poco a poco, 50 años. Perfecto, muy bien. So she's telling me I'm going to try to put the translation below because there was a lot of information that she put out. But basically she told me, if I understood everything correctly, that this actually in the 1800s there was just like two walls here. And there was basically horses passing through here. And there was two walls. There was one wall below and there was one wall above, and there was actually a trail between them, and they could go up here, and they were only on horseback. And there was a small town here, but it was very basic. It was very like poor basically, and they had no access to water, and they had no access to basically like modern city type type access. So slowly that went away, I guess. And she told me about 50 years ago they started to build this new thing here, and they tore out the old buildings and things. And a lot of people, they have this romantic thought about the Coracha, how it used to be. But she's here, she lives from she's in this neighborhood, and she is much happier with how it is now. And it was built by a famous architect that designed all of this. So that is basically the understanding that I got. And this was only finished about 15 years ago, they told me. So it's quite new. So thank you so much to her. So muchas gracias por eso, señora. Muchas gracias por explicar todo eso. Al Ambigu de la Coracha is the name of this place that I'm in. So, la especialidad aquí, señor?
La ensaladilla rusa.
The Russian salad, ensaladilla rusa, is the specialty here. Very good. It looks like y tú tienes mucha botella de vino, ¿no?
Sí, la cámara.
Mira.
¿Puede pasar?
Oh, mira. Una variedad de vino de toda España, ¿no?
Toda España, incluso de Málaga. Y de Málaga, sobre todo.
Okay.
De Ronda.
So he's got wines here, if you like wine, to try out. He's got from all over Spain, he said, from Ronda, from Málaga. A mí me gusta Ribera del Duero.
Ribera del Duero también.
¿Ese es el mejor vino o seco?
Bueno, en España ahora tenemos muchos buenos vinos, da igual de dónde.
Okay.
Ribera, Rioja del Duero.
Muy bien. ¿Tiene otra recomendación que está muy buena?
¿De vinos?
Sí.
Sí, por ejemplo.
I asked him if because I like Ribera del Duero, I asked him if he has another recommendation for a good wine. ¿Se vende por copa también?
Por copa algunas, no todas.
No todas, okay. So some you can get by the cup, but by the glass, and some you have to buy the bottle. ¿Vale?
Y tenemos aquí el tocielo, que es de Ronda, un vino malagueño, fantástico.
Tocielo, qué vale. Y Ronda tiene muchos buenos vinos de Ronda.
Sí, muy buenos, a buen precio y de muy buena calidad.
A mí me gusta también. Yo tenía una Ribera de Duero de Ronda y me gustó mucho, muy suave.
Sí, bueno, ahora están un poquito más fuertes.
Okay. A mí me gusta el vino más suave.
Más suavito.
Muy bien. ¿Y tú eres el chef, o no?
Sí,
Muy bien. ¿Y tu nombre?
Alejandro.
Alejandro. Muchas gracias.
A ti siempre, un placer.
So, very nice guy. His name is Alejandro, and you have to wear the mask here. Let me go outside because I had to. It's hard. I don't know. I hope you can hear what I'm saying. So, I can pull it down. Okay. So, very, very nice place. That is the chef there. His name is Alejandro. And they have some, looks like they have some good food here. These women were having paella. These people here, they're having like some dumplings, these ladies. And a lot of different wines here. So if you like wine, this could be a very good place to visit just for the wine. So very nice people, very nice Spanish people. I always tell you how nice the Spanish people are, and you see that. I just came up to a place like that and I just started talking with them and they were very, very nice. So I think Spanish people in general are pretty nice. I think people from the south are even friendlier. I have to say that, because you get into the big cities like Barcelona, Madrid, and you don't have that. I shouldn't say that everyone is like that, but people here are very, very warm, very inviting. And I have to say, those people, they even invited me for a beer. I asked them if they have caña, a small beer. That's what I had there. And the man said, we want to invite you to have a drink. So that was very, very nice of them. I left the man a tip as well, but you know, they didn't have to do that, and that was very nice. And there's not a lot of customers now, so very, very good. Very, very good people. So that's a place you might want to come. It has a very, very good view of everything, of Malaga. Look at that view behind me. Really, really nice. So you could have something to eat there. And that wine looked really, they had a good selection of wine. So if you're a person that enjoys wine, could be a good place to pick up a bottle, and especially if you have a couple or something, or a couple people, get a bottle of wine. Why not? Try a different type of wines. Beautiful. Great way to enjoy the flavors of Spain.